Hey, welcome back to the Dinsmore Homestead. Today, we are going to be making pickled eggs. Here we have eggs in a fancy little egg boiler thingy that we've got. Works better than boiling them. It's life-changing, I tell you. We can do 7 eggs at a time in there. And here we have 7 eggs already done. We will get them peeled. For the canning process, I'm going to have to sterilize some jars and got the brine going. The brine just consists of water, vinegar, pickling spice, salt, and whatever spices you really want in there. There's lots of different recipes. I'm just doing a classic recipe. But I'm going to use a pan on the stove for sterilizing my jars. With pickled eggs, you still got to refrigerate them afterwards, but you still want to sterilize your jars so that way bacteria and stuff don't grow in the jars. Here I'm going to be getting some water in this pan here for sterilizing the jars. I'm just going to heat the water up on the stove with the jars upside down in it, just like my grandmother taught me how to sterilize jars. Here I got the jars getting ready to be sterilized. When I turn the burners on, we'll sterilize them for about 30 minutes. I got a largemouth here, a small jar here, 2 quart-sized jars here that are smallmouth. I got those in there just in case I don't have enough, but I think the largemouth and the pint-sized jar will actually be enough. Here I actually got my brine with the vinegar and the salt and pickling spice and water all in there. And got that getting ready to heat up as well. And over here I have my lids. These are brand new lids. And some people say that you need to sterilize your lids too. I don't, because it's not how my grandmother taught me. I don't care what all the people say. This is how I was taught and this is how I'm going to do it. Here I got my lovely wife. She's getting these eggs all peeled so that way we can get them pickled. And when you have chickens and you're getting half a dozen eggs a day, you got to find something to do with them. We eat a lot of eggs. Now that we got these jars sterilizing, you don't want the burners on full blast because you can actually break your jars doing it this way. You can see that there's already moisture starting to build up in there. Water will actually suck up in there and sterilize the jar completely. You want to be able to touch the top of it, but not for too long. If you can't touch the top of it, you got your jar too hot. Now that the jars have been sterilizing for 30 minutes, we're going to take the jars and we'll sit it over here, fill it with the eggs that my lovely wife peeled, and then I'm going to pour this brine over it and let it sit for 1 hour before I put it in the refrigerator. And it'll keep up to 7 weeks, I think I read, for freshness in the refrigerator. Now, as you saw in the time lapse, I was actually able to get 13 eggs in that jar, and that largemouth jar was actually enough to do all that. I actually had leftover brine, so I actually went ahead to can the brine here in one of my smallmouth jars, because I can save that brine to use again for another day. So I'm going to be able to let this jar sit on the counter now for an hour, and I'll mark the top of it with the date and everything for both the eggs and the brine, so that way I know when I canned it was. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, like and share, and tell all your friends about it. And we look forward to seeing you next time. God bless.